This week, let's talk about calmness, how we can remain calm when things trigger us to disrupt it. Our calmness can be disrupted usually by two ways. Firstly, our internal world, and secondly, our external. Firstly, your internal world is sometimes disrupted by thoughts, dreams, memories, or long-term feelings that we've been holding on to, like resentments, anger, sadness. Secondly, our external world is disrupted when things happen outside of ourselves that might be to do with people, places, or things, or stuff that's happening in the world, stuff that we might see on the news. Either way, there is stuff we can do to either remain calm or bring ourselves back to a state of calmness again. When something happens, there are two things you can do. Either you can react or you can reflect. This will determine what happens next. When we reflect instead of react, it gives us a chance to feel what's happening to us in the here and now. It gives us a chance to do something differently to what we would normally do and remain calm or bring ourselves back to that state. In the reflection zone, there are 3 questions you can ask yourself. Firstly, what has disturbed my peace? Think about what it is that's changed this feeling inside of you. You might know straight away. It could be either inside of yourself or out, as we've discussed, or you may have to spend time thinking about why it is that you suddenly feel like your peace has been disturbed. Once you've managed to identify, then ask yourself, what do I need right now to restore my peace? When you've identified what it is that you need, then you can act and be proactive rather than reactive, and start doing that thing. So know what works for you, the different kinds of things you can do to bring yourself back into a state of calmness again. Some people use sounds. It might be listening to music or another therapeutic sound like water or birds. It might be a smell. I really like using essential oils, and that helps me to get back into a sense of balance. It could be a physical movement, just helping to shift that feeling that you have, burn off some of that excess adrenaline and work through it that way. And then the third question you ask yourself is, do I need to communicate how I'm feeling to someone else? This may or may not always be the best thing to do. If it is another person who's disturbed your peace, they might not be ready to hear how to communicate, and you might not be ready to tell them as well. So time apart and some more space between you, and that might be physical space, removing yourself from a situation as well. It might be that you communicate to somebody that you don't even know, using counselling or a text service, the Samaritans, or you're able to communicate to a friend and offload and just be able to speak out loud. If you can't do that, journaling or drawing is also another great way of being able to communicate your feelings and make them outside of your head rather than inside. So those are just a few simple ways in which you can restore your peace after it has been disturbed. I invite you to come up with your own Calmness Reset Plan using those 3 questions, or you can come up with your own. Getting yourself into the reflective zone instead of the reactive zone can make a massive difference to yours and other people's well-being. Good luck.